Hi everyone, if you're new to this channel, my name is Lynn and I own a company called Finds of Yesterday, and I just wanted to share something with you that I'm so excited about, and it's all because of you. I finally hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm so excited, and it's all because of you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for following me, for listening, for commenting, for giving me ideas, and continue please to give me ideas of things you might want to hear about. I love researching, I love to learn, I love to share. So please let me know in the comments below some of the things you want to learn about, because I may not be able to help you, but I may be able to get somebody on that can help with that, or I can do the research and find out for you, or I can share my knowledge with you. I hope that these videos are helping you, and I hope you're enjoying them. So I did want to share a little story with you. It is about my life. If you don't want to listen, that's fine. If all you take out of this video is a big thank you, that's all I really want. But here's a little bit of a story about my life, and hopefully this helps somebody else. So I made notes here because if I don't, I'll be way off track and I will be all over the place. So I want to keep on track. So some of the things I just wanted to share with you are some of the things that happened throughout my life and why I'm selling jewelry today, where my story came from. I'm not going to start when I was in kindergarten, but actually I am, because when I was really little, I used to love to pick up rocks. I loved to sit in the middle of rocks and just look at them. I thought they were so intriguing. They had such cool patterns on them. They were just different. I don't know what it was, but I would always bring rocks home. So I had a jar of rocks, and the more I think about it, I'm like, why did I like rocks so much? I actually loved art, and I loved design and patterns and things like that. So that was what I enjoyed doing as I grew up. So I think that might be playing a role in why I love gemstones, and like turquoise is my favorite. You know, I just love stones, amethyst, all sorts of different glass. The glass beads are so cool nowadays. The check glass made such beautiful pieces, and I don't know, I'm attracted to bling, I guess. Even though I don't dress blingy, I'm not a fancy person by any means, but I don't know, maybe it all started with rocks. So anyway, I kind of wondered what led me into loving vintage, but you know, my mom always loved to shop at yard sales, and I would go with her because I was the youngest in the family, so I'd go with her and I'd pick up little things. She loved glassware, and my dad collected Jim Beam bottles. They did different plates together. They had a lot of stuff. After they both passed away, they left a lot of collectible stuff. So their house was very clean, but they had a lot of collections in curios. So anyway, I think that's what got me started. So by high school, and I got after high school, I got married, and I started my first business in 1991, which I was in the wedding decorating business and event planning, that type of thing. And I also had a gift shop, so I brought in collectibles. So I had learned all the UNESCO collectibles. I did the Beanie Babies. I sold all that type of stuff. And then after, I don't know, 9-10 years, I decided it's time to move on. I just got tired of it. It was just monotonous after a while. I worked like 7 days a week. It's tough being an entrepreneur, but it's great being an entrepreneur. I have to be one. I can't work for somebody. I've tried, believe me. So after I sold off everything I could sell off, I still had stuff left from my gift shop, so I decided to sell on eBay. And I started in like 1999 selling on eBay, and I continued on, but then I slowed up for a while and then I started back up again. So that was kind of where I started with eBay. After that, I decided to go work for a wine company, totally different. I just needed a change and absolutely loved it. I learned so much about wine and the winemaking process, and I helped them get started with their events, and it was just a great experience for me. And I ended up working for another wine company and another winery after that. And at that point, I was done working for somebody else and decided I needed to go work for myself again because I had that entrepreneurial spirit. And when you have that, it's hard. It's really hard to go work for somebody. So the knowledge came from not schooling, but from experience, just jumping into something and trying it. When I started in 1991, I jumped right in. I did not have any experience whatsoever, and I was 19. I was 20 when I started that business, so that's not dating me. So at that point, I decided to open up a cafe and wine bar where I ended up meeting my future business partner, and we had several businesses together, one being real estate, and she owned an antique mall on the side, which I ended up helping her in the antique mall quite a bit, and I learned a lot about vintage there and really enjoyed it. And we worked our other businesses all around that, so we had a lot of things going on. We had great times. We would load up a trailer full of stuff and then haul it back, unload it. I was really strong then. My muscles were, I was strong. I lifted furniture. We packed that trailer like it was like Tetris. You had to pack it in tight. You had to turn this piece of furniture this way to fit this one in. It was a lot of fun. But we also had a couple other businesses together where we met a lot of people from around the world. We even met some famous people. It was a great time, but things changed and we needed to move on and move in our own directions. And we sold off all of our properties and we moved on. And I was at a point where I needed to start over. And I thought, what am I going to do? Well, while we were doing the vintage stuff, we thought selling on eBay was another good option for getting our items out to more eyes. So we were reaching people across the world basically with eBay, and that's just a route we went. So I thought, this is really good money. I can make good money doing this myself. So in 2019, I decided to start selling on eBay full-time. And I invested a lot of my time into finding products. I went to auctions and yard sales and flea markets and antique malls. So I built my business in 2019 and grew it in 2020. And then COVID hit. And luckily, I had just gone to an auction where I had 5 truckloads of stuff that I needed to bring home. And at that point in time, I'm selling vintage items like you will see. It was a lot of stuff I had that I could list. It probably took me the rest of the year to list everything from that one auction. But it was so much fun. I enjoyed it thoroughly. And I ended up picking up jewelry at some point in time, and I started liking it, but I had to do a lot of research because I was picking up lots of it, and I didn't know anything about jewelry, so I started learning more and more and more, and I ended up getting into the niche of jewelry. I decided at some point in time that I'm going to run out of space with all the bigger Rubbermaids full of stuff that I needed. So the jewelry was taking up a lot less space. As you will see, I have like 1,200 pieces of big stuff in probably 4 times the space of my jewelry stuff. So it's a lot smaller, it takes up a lot less space. Welcome to my eBay abode. I have 4,800 items in my store, and I'm trying to get rid of about 1,000 that are items I just don't want to carry anymore. I have clothing and figurines and dishware, that type of thing that I need to sell off. I am trying to just narrow it down to jewelry. As you can see, here is some storage that I have out in the open that I really want to get on shelves. But this is some more that I have space to grow in. And back here, I have bigger items in bins that I need to sell. So there's all sorts of stuff in them, even stuff on the top. So we have things like vintage Christmas, which I'm actually going to keep, I think, in my store. I love vintage Christmas. It'd be hard for me to get rid of all of that. Look at this piece right here. I cannot believe this hasn't sold. It's so pretty. It's a Victorian card, like Valentine card. It has a honeycomb pull-out right there. It's really cool. There's some Fiesta wear in here if anybody's looking for the yellow. I have a bin of clothes. I have a lot of silver jeans. This is a Columbia jacket. This is a Ralph Lauren robe. There's so much in here that I'm willing to make deals on in my shop. So if you see anything in my shop that's not jewelry, just make me an offer and let me know that you've seen this video and we'll make a deal. This is my computer station. This is jewelry that needs to be listed. It's all ready to go, cleaned and ready to go. My photo station is right here. Over here is my shipping. And behind me, this is all jewelry that needs to be processed. And on that shelf, it needs to be processed. All of that is jewelry. I have more bins here of stuff that needs to sell. Plus, I have all these bigger items up on top that need to sell. I have to get rid of that so I can make room for jewelry bins. This right here is all necklaces that I didn't want to sell individually, so I think I'm going to lot it all up, but I might do small lots, or I might just do one big lot if anybody is interested in one big lot. I have more storage here, all my shipping supplies, and my ship station with where I bring my laptop. Back here I have more bins. As you can see, more and more. I have a baby blanket. I have an Afghan handmade. This is a red King Louis jacket. It's vintage. I have overalls that are vintage and a quilt. I have a leather jacket and one Guess coat. And I have more bins here full of stuff. And stuff on the top shelf to sell as well. On the other side is my mess of boxes. This is all boxes that are extra in case I need to ship anything big out, and some smaller ones. I have lots of boxes. So if you see anything in my store that you're interested in, please let me know and we'll make a deal. And I'm always learning, I'm always researching, and it changes all the time. In the past 4 years, eBay has changed, buyers have changed, selling has changed. So it's constantly a learning process, and learning jewelry is a learning process because there's so many vintage jewelry designers out there that I'm not even aware of, but I know the basic ones. I know the basic idea of vintage. I can pick up a piece of jewelry and say, yes, this is vintage. It's from the 1950s, 1960s. It's probably before 1940s. And some of them pieces are a little hard to determine for me, but I can definitely say from the early 19th century, this is an early 19th century piece as compared to a 2000 piece. I mean, most people should be able to do that, but I'm noticing that there still is a lot of mismarked stuff on eBay, and I may be guilty of it because I just don't know any better, and they don't know any better either, but I'm learning, and if I do have something mismarked, I will change it when I find that out. So I'm not an expert by any means, but I have learned a lot since I started selling jewelry solely. I list probably 15 a day, so we've always got new items going up in our store, So I've got to know something about them. I have to learn. I have to get to know them. So I'm enjoying it thoroughly. I hope you are too. I hope you're enjoying my videos. And if like I said, there's anything that you want to learn and reach out to me, you can reach me in my email, probably the best bet, or on Instagram or Facebook, Messenger, any of them. Just reach out to me and let me know what you want to hear about. I will try to get videos out for you. I'm excited about the future of YouTube, and I hope that you're learning something. If you are, please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments. And again, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here for me. I appreciate it thoroughly. And I'm going to do a giveaway in my next live video, so be looking out for that. I wanted to thank you and give you back some jewelry. So stay tuned for the next live video, and thanks again for joining me. See you on the next one.